Hello and welcome, it's Andy Wilkinson again from skinnygainedmuscle.com, bringing you another installment of this question and answer Blitz session to get through the questions that have been coming in, answering your key frustrations when it comes to gaining weight and putting on muscle if you're naturally skinny. So once again, computers to the side here, we're going to tuck right into these questions and get as many answered as we can. These are the latest ones over the last week, so I hope you find this useful. First up, a question comes in from Canada, saying, I try and eat as healthy as I can and I seem to have a hard time staying consistent with eating at a consistent time of day throughout the day. As a result, I have a hard time getting myself to eat bigger meals when I get really hungry. Key thing here is that consistency is so important here. How do we get consistency? It's by building habits on a consistent basis. It's by getting the habits right. An important, I think, thing to bring to mind, a quotation that comes to mind, is that it's what you're doing when you're not doing what you need to be doing that's the problem. I'll say that again. It's what you're doing when you're not doing what you need to be doing that's the problem. So first of all, if you've got certain bad habits in your life that aren't conducive for you to getting the result that you want, then you can't just kind of stop doing them altogether. We need to think about what habits we're going to put in place to replace those less useful, less helpful behaviors. And so some of the key things we've covered before here is eating at a regular time of day. So if you've got an alarm clock, you've got a mobile timer going off every few hours to remind you to eat, so it takes you having to use that mental brain space to remember. If you can automate a lot of this, create systems around you that are going to make this a lot easier to do, such as having a workout program already in place, knowing the times of day you're going to be eating, have a fair idea of what foods you need to be eating, making sure you've stocked up or you've got easy access to those foods, easy access to weight. And once you've done all of that, the whole system that you're creating for yourself will simplify the process. But as parcel, first off, you need to know the order in which you're going to be doing things, have an idea of the overall approach, and then you can begin to put the steps in place. So get educated and then start taking action with the right behaviors in the right order for a naturally skinny person, and take it from there. So okay, that's one. Next one comes from London in the United Kingdom. I'm really skinny and all my friends say I will never gain weight. My family members are not skinny, only my dad was skinny until the age of 22, then he simply put on weight as normal. But I'm 29 and still skinny, so what should I do? Eat, exercise, sleep, or what? I honestly do not know what to do and which weight gainer to buy from the current market. Please help me. I'm willing to give myself a year of trying to do whatever it takes, and if it will not work, I'll give up forever. Please help me. Thanks a lot, Gabriel. Okay, Gabriel, first off, don't worry so much about the weight gainer supplementation at this point in time, okay? As long as we're hitting our daily calorie requirement, that's fine, that's what we need to do. But taking weight gainer supplements, if we're not even getting to our needed calorie amount, isn't really going to help us in the slightest. So first of all, make sure you've gone through those steps, those 23 videos over at skinnygainedmuscle.com that will guide you through part of that process of how to calculate your daily calorie needs as a basic benchmark, guideline and starting point. Okay, so go ahead and do that. And first of all, I want to say is take your focus off what your friends are saying, okay? Listening to all this unhelpful advice or information coming in and saying you're never going to do this, that's no use to anybody, okay? It might make them feel better to perhaps put you in your place or try and keep you the way you are, but ultimately, if you want to make a change and you're committed, then you've got to have the belief system in place that you can achieve this. You're not the only person. If you look around, someone who's been naturally skinny and put on weight, if someone else has done it and been in your shoes, then you can do it too. First off, another quotation comes to mind, where focus goes, this sounds a bit of a cliche and a bit cheesy, but hey, where focus goes, energy flows. If you put your attention on what your friends are saying and all the sort of negativity coming in, you're unlikely to take action. If you can, unless you're one of these people who really thrives off other people telling you you can't do it, if that is the case, then use that as motivation and fuel. However, in order to take actions in the right way, you need to put your focus on and your energy into the right action steps in the right order. Okay, so one thing you can start doing is just training your mind. There's lots of information out there about the power of perhaps using positive affirmation, about having a note next to you or a bit of wording next to you each day that you can wake up to remind yourself of the mindset you need to be in to get the results that you want. And mindset is so crucial in the achievement of any of our goals in life. If we want to make a change and direct ourselves and get to a point where we're not currently at, we need to, through the practice of repetition is important when it comes to workout consistency and eating consistency, repeating the right steps, the correct steps over and over again, but also in terms of your mindset, having a watchkeeper, a gatekeeper at your mind to block out unhelpful thoughts coming in, stop those from coming in, being selective about what we're choosing to put our focus on in terms of our mental energy, and really using positive affirmations in the way of knowing, thinking to yourself consistently that you can achieve something. If you repeat this often enough to yourself, your mind will start to accept it more as part of your reality, part of your frame of reference, part of your ultimate goal of what you want to achieve. So take your focus off what the negative things that other people might be saying. If you're committed and you have a direct wish to achieve a goal, you can achieve it. Okay, next one from the UK. Hi, I appreciate your help. I've just had an operation and gone down to 15.5 stone from 16.7 stones. I'd like to be 17 stone. I generally hit the gym about 4 to 5 times a week, so I am in good shape. I can't get past 16.7. I'd like to know more about what are the best foods to eat to put on good weight. Okay, I think take a step back at this point. Rather than thinking best foods necessarily, think hitting your calorie needs. Healthy foods, getting your proteins right, your meat, your fish, your eggs, that's a good source there of the proteins. Healthy fats, you might want to have your avocados and a variety of nuts as a way of making that happen. And for the carbohydrates, complex style carbohydrates, including maybe the likes of whole grains, wholemeal, oatmeals, what have you, to kind of get your carbohydrates in check. But also, since you're down at 15.5 stone, which is not, by a lot of people's comparison, that would be more than enough weight for them. But for yourself, if you're already in good shape, I might take my focus off this idea of necessarily just sticking to full body workouts and perhaps putting your attention on split routines. If you're doing 4 to 5 times a week, doing split routines, but making sure you're lifting heavy weights, low reps, sticking into that maybe 1 to 4 repetitions. I mean, that's really quite a heavy weight with a lot of risk. If you can have someone to spot you on this and to watch the weight and help you out with those, all the better. But if you're wanting to sort of bulk up beyond that point where you're already at, you might want to look at doing split routines where you're just working particular muscle groups on particular days and having a longer workout that perhaps goes beyond that 1 hour workout session we've talked about before for others. Does this contradict a bit of some of the information I've said? Yes, but at 15.5 stone, that's not really the ultimate true skinny physique that we might think about for others. Unless you're maybe 7 feet tall, then that might be the case. But if you are sort of a natural normal height, then 15.5 stones, you're probably at a size where split routines might work well for you. If not, and you want to stick to full body routines, then stick to those major muscle compound exercise movements, but go beyond the simple ones we've talked about, like bench press, lunge, pull-ups, squats, deadlifts, and look also to perhaps some of those Olympic style weight movements that include cleans, presses, and the snatch. So you might want to look those up as additional weights that you can add that really provide a good workout throughout your body if you are doing the full body routine. Next one up again from Egypt. My age is 37, my height is 165 centimeters, and I weigh 58 kilograms. I want to gain weight and muscle. I have some problems with my appetite. I can't eat good. Maybe this is the reason I'm not gaining weight. I'm looking for a program that can help me gain the weight I need as well as my muscles. Well, that's what I designed the Skinny Gain Muscle 17-week training program for. If you want to find out more about that, go to the blog skinnygainmuscle.com/blog. And then you'll find on the right hand side of that page an image of the program I've created. If you click on that, you can get all the details, order that, download that, start using it for yourself. That's a full program incorporating all the workouts, all the eating routines, the whole approach, all the concepts, all the principles and things I talk about here, and a lot more that can really start getting the results that you want. And okay, already we're at the 10-minute mark, so we're going to end this video here. I might pick up with another one to get through a few more questions, but I hope you've enjoyed this. My name's Andy Wilkinson from skinnygainmuscle.com, answering your questions on how to gain weight and muscle if you're skinny. I hope you found this useful. For more information, check out the 23 videos at skinnygainmuscle.com, and I'll be back soon with another question and answer blitz. So thanks, have a great day wherever you are in the world, and see you soon.